morning, my lovely boys and girls, he's and she's, thens and theys, whatever you'd like to be. Today I'm going to show you how to do Arkham. Now, when I first started this, I was like, what the hell is this? It's so hard to get started. So what I'm going to show you, because after I got it started, after like half an hour, I got into the weave, and then I learnt my little mantra of how to do the weave, and then that made the start easier to understand. So I'm going to show you in a flipped out way. I'm going to show you first how to do the weave, how once you've started, and I'm going to take you back to the start, because suddenly that is so much easier to understand. Trust me, it's going to make sense when I show you. So we're just, oh yeah, do you like this fancy graffiti in my background today? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so I'm going to take the dogs back and I'm going to show you, we're going to demystify the start of Arkham. That sounds awesome. The start of Arkham. I think I've just discovered a new Batman film. Maybe not. So this is Arkham. It's very lovely. And it looks very complicated, but once you get your head around it, it is not too bad. It does develop a little bit of a twist after a while, but it still works perfectly fine as a bracelet. But just in case you start to see that little twist and think, what the hell? Don't worry, it's fine. It happens on the larger ARs. So the rings I'm going to use to show you this are, let me just get them up. Which ones am I using? Right, I'm using these. Sorry, my rings are all over the place today. We are using 6.5 millimeters on an 18 SWG wire. So the AR is 5.55 and the size is a 1/4 in imperial, in inches. Right, so as strange as this may seem, I'm starting this video by here, because I want you to get this mantra in your head, right? Because it'll make you understand how to start. So when we start, essentially we're going to have these two rings here. And you will see later on what I do is stick them to some sellotape and we hold them in position to make the start easier. So this is what our start is going to look like, right? So these two here essentially is what our start is going to be. So get this in your head and then we'll go back to the start, trust me. Now our little mantra, we use 4 rings. So the first one is going to go in and is going to flip up. The next one goes in and holds that one in place. The third one goes in and flips down. And then the fourth one goes in and holds that in place. And then we're back to the beginning. So that's the little routine, right? So one in, flip down, one in to secure, one in to flip up, and one in to secure. You got that in your head? Trust me, this will make more sense when we do it. Right, so when we start, let me just open this ring up. Our first ring is going to go through the eye that's created by the two. So you've got one on top of the other one, and we're going to put a ring in the eye. And then when we've put that ring in the eye, we're going to rest him downwards. Okay, that's our move number 1. So we put a ring through the eye. And he's the first one in the routine, so he goes down. So the next one is the one that locks him in place. And that one, so this is the one that we've just put in. The lock-in one goes in through that ring and out through that ring, and that then holds him in position. So in through that one and out through that one, okay? So there's our loose one. We want to go in through that one and out through that one and lock him up. And I call that one the lock-in ring. So he's locking him in place. Okay, so the third step in the routine, this time we want to put a ring in and he gets flipped up, right? So grab that. There's the 2 that we just added. We want to put him through the eye there of the 2, see? And this is the one that goes up. So we let him, he could flip him under around so he goes up. So the one that goes down just flips down. The one that goes up folds up behind like that. So the next one, and I'll show you more than once, obviously. Ring number 4 is the locking one. So pick him up. There's our loose one that's going up. So the locking one we want to put in through there and out through there. Okay, just do that now. So in through there, or the other way round actually if it's easier to manipulate. And that locks that one in. And that's your routine of 4. If you can get that right and then just repeat, you can do Arkham. So that's that. Hang on a minute, let me just go in, because I can hear my husband, he probably wants a cup of tea. Hang on a minute. Right, so our next group of 4, just remember, do it in 4s and do that little routine. So we put one in, and he gets flipped over and down. Then we put a locking one in. Then we put one in, and it gets flipped under and up. And then another locking one. Okay, so that's our 4. In and down, lock, in and up, lock. Okay, so we start from the beginning, so it's in and down. So we go in through the eye of the last 2 we placed. And he's a down, so we fold him down. Yeah. And then the next one is the locking one. So they're just going to go through those 2 there to lock the loose one in place. So there's locking ring. Okay. So the next one is in and up. So we pick him up, find the 2, find the eye, and put him in. And this one goes round like that and up. See? So he goes round and up, and then the other one goes round, over and down like that. So we just put the locking ring on this one, which goes through those 2 there, to lock that one in place. There you go. And there's our 2 back at the start again. Right, so starting again, get our next 4. And I want to drum this into you, because if you can get this into your head now, I know you haven't started yet, and so it probably feels a bit complicated, but if you can get this routine of 4 into your brain, then when you start, and you're always starting with these 2, then you'll just be able to do the start a hell of a lot easier. So our first ring is going in, so it's through the eye and down. So there's our 2. Put it through the eye. And let him just fold down. So the next one is our locking one. So there's our loose one. We're going through the other 2. Like that. Make sure you don't flip your work either. You always want to put him down the way you picked him up. Okay, so the next one is up. So we pick him up. We find our 2. Put a ring in. And he fold him round and up, like that. And then we want to lock him one. So pick him up, make sure he's up. And put it through the 2 there. And again, make sure you put it down the way that you picked it up. See? It's happening, people, it's happening. Let's do another one. So there's our 4. Guess 4 more rings, open, ready. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do in a minute now is I'm going to show you how to start. That's at the point at which you can then get some rings out and follow along with me, but you've got this mantra in your head, which makes that easier. So we're going starting the mantra again. So we're going in through the eye of the 2. So he's going to get folded down. And then we're going to put our locking one in. So we're going to lock him up there. Okay, so the next one is up. So find our 2, put our ring through the eye, and he goes under and up like that. And put our locking one in. There, through those 2 there. And pop him down. Find your 2, ready for the next one. There they are. And that's it. That's how you do Arkham. So now I'm going to show you how to do the start. And yes, hopefully you'll be able to do it. Okay, so now you've got your routine in your brain. You haven't actually started doing anything yet, but you've watched that, so you've got that routine in your brain working, and that'll make this easier. So close up 2 rings now, right? Stick a bit of sellotape on them, so you're holding them with one on top of the other one. There, like that. That then is where we begin our routine. Okay, so we start one in through the eye. Yeah, and because this is the first one in our routine, he goes down. So the next one is the one that holds him in place. So he goes between those 2 there, through those 2 there. Okay, so the next one is the one that's going to go up. So we get our 2 rings through the eye. Like that. And this is the one that we flip up. So we want that locking one next. He's flipped up. So this one goes through, where's my pointy stick? Those 2 there. As we were doing before. In through there, out through there. And that's our set of 4. See? Makes a bit more sense now, you already know. So it's in and down on the next one. So we go in through the eye of the 2. And he goes down. And then we want the locking one. So we find our 2 there and put it through the 2. So as you know by now, the next one is in and up. So through the eye, in and up, and the locking one, in through there, out through there. So there is another set of 4. So we'll do one more. The next one is in and down. So through the 2. And down. This is the locking one. Yep. So the next one is in and up. My voice is probably annoying the hell out of you by now, but that's the point. That's what makes it stick. So I'm gonna get in your brain, in and up. Here we are. Do you want me to do one more? Let's do one more. Just for the hell of it. So this one. Oh, hang on, locking one first. Almost got ahead of myself. There we go. So, next one is in and down. In through the eye. And down. Oops, down, damn you. And then the locking one through those two. Yeah. So the next one is in and up. And that's it, you've got it now. In. And up. And then the locking one, in and up, you little bugger. In through there, down through there. And that's it. Now you can carry on now as I did from the start. You've got your Arkham. That makes them look wonky now, so I'm just going to take that off. I was wondering why that looked wonky then. There we go. So, I'm going to leave you now. I just realised I've been working down that part of the screen. Well, I'm not filming it again. Right, so, yes, awesome. Well done, people, if you can do it. I think this is the easiest way. This is the way that gets it into my brain the easiest. So, good luck.